No matter how you try, words just don't translate. You know, you try and get a concept across to somebody, and there's a look in their eyes that they've got it, and they haven't. They've got something else. You know, it's. We all know it. We all know it. We all know we're trying to convey something, and we can't do it. It's like speaking in a foreign language. And with the people we're closest to, who understand us the most, sometimes we can get the biggest misunderstandings and the biggest kind of weird feelings. The biggest life changer for me, the biggest revelation and the biggest enlightenment of my entire life must have been the point where I just realised that there's no point in relying on words to get your message across. There's no point in relying on words to make anything that you want to happen actually happen. Largely, words are useful for like in a musical sense, you know, making a good mood, you know, discussions, and the feeling that comes from that is quite essential, you know. And if you talk through your heart and you listen to somebody else and feel with them, you know, empathetically listen to their story and kind of feel into it, that feeling of the conversation's got much more to offer than the actual intellectual words, the factual, the mathematical side. These days, words are just out the window. You know, words like anarchy mean destruction, but it doesn't. The word cynicism means sarcasm, but it doesn't. You know, a lot of words have just, you know, most words have just become something they're not. So trying to use them to actually communicate mathematically, sensibly, logically is just a waste of time. You can have a good try, and sometimes you might succeed. And if you can get on the right wavelength with the person you're talking to, you can maybe risk it. But you have to get ready for the fact that they're not going to understand your words. It takes 10 times more energy to understand what somebody's saying. It takes more energy to listen than it does to speak. And sometimes it's interesting when you leave a pause between your sentences with enough time for the other person to think. But usually we've got something to say, and it would only take 2 sentences, but we don't leave a long pause because we don't want the other person to take over. Maybe. So it's like this sport with words, you know. And sometimes it would be just great to just maybe take the time, breathe in and out, and come up with 2 sentences with a comma in between or whatever, and that's enough. That's enough to wait for the response, to let it go wherever the conversation wants to go. As soon as you want to guide the conversation, as soon as you want to insert your will on the universe using words, take care. You're going to get frustrated. You're going to get frustrated. And I think that's the biggest frustration in life. And it internalizes itself. You get this internal dialogue in your head of you or whatever talking to your family or your friend or your partner or whoever. And you've got that conversation going on in your head and you're trying to find the right words. And you can find the right words and then you can put them across and then it'll go in the wrong mood and it won't work. So as soon as I realised that, you know, no matter what I say, it's not going to resolve it. It's going to cause trouble, if anything. If I try and resolve it with words, you know, deeds, actions, much better. And at the end of the day, most of the people actually mean the same thing. It's just with words we go down different rabbit holes and end up completely arguing different points. I used to get incredibly frustrated at the fact that people wouldn't get what I was saying, you know, and I stopped getting frustrated at that, and my life improved immensely. So there you go. Words, you know, governments have controlled and churches have controlled words over the years. And the words, the 26 letters of the alphabet, they're really the keys to the matrix, if you like. You know, you take 26 letters of the alphabet, apply them to different categories of things in the mind, cross-reference them, and then sack. You've suddenly got a rewire. Yeah. Associate. The brain's just made of associations. You know, you say orange and it's orange, or you know, you say yellow and it's the sun. You know, there's the associations just there. So that you only have to say a letter and it's instantly, or a word, and it's instantly working in your head without you knowing it. And so most of the shit what's going on in the world is down to words, guaranteed, down to the misuse of language, a misunderstanding of words. One person saying one word and another person thinking it means something slightly different. Synonyms, you know, like using one word for another and thinking it means the same, but you know, that's why one word's, you know, people say reality isn't real. Well, it is. Reality is reality. That's why it's got the word reality. He's just probably misunderstanding what the concept of the word means, you know, that's all. But like I say, you know, I'm trying to explain this and probably you've only got a tenth of it, because I'm not that good at explaining stuff. And so there's no point in me getting frustrated about myself not being able to get it across to you, and you not being able to then understand it and then tell me that you've understood it, and then, you know, I know, you know, you know, I know, you know. It just goes crazy. Words. Madness. Controllability. Alright, that'll do for now. Thanks for listening to my words. Take good care of yourselves. Cheerio.